Welcome to Real Talk, Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and today we have Megan Donnelson from Florida on the show. Welcome, Megan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You started your career as an athlete playing softball. What made you turn your attention to weight training?
I got out of softball after college. I sort of got out of almost out of shape for about a year. I didn't really do anything. But I've always been an athlete, so it was really hard for me to get out of it and not have something that I could do that I could compete in. I was introduced to weight training. I really fell in love with it almost instantly. And then I weight trained for a good probably 4 years before I actually got into competing, which I just started doing last year. So it's something for me to do it again, to compete in again, and I absolutely love it.
How is playing softball on a competitive level different from being a figure competitor?
It's very different. I mean, it's quite different being on a team, having a coach, put you through your practices, standing over you, telling you what to do. You've got a team to back you up if you're not maybe up to par that day or with that game. Whereas in this, I mean, it's you against you every day in weight training and in figure competitions. If there's a day where you're not feeling so great, it's up to you to motivate yourself to get you to the gym. Because I don't use a coach; I coach myself. So I have to kind of kick my own butt sometimes to get in the gym. Whereas, with the team, we always had the coach, pushing us and getting us to practices. So it's quite a bit of a difference. But I like the individuality of this, though.
Okay, and why do you like the individuality of
I'm
training?
very self-motivated. I don't have to rely on anybody else. I know how hard I can work. I know how hard I need to work, and I'm usually pretty good at pushing myself to be able to do that. So I really like that.
Right. Was nutrition also important when you were playing softball?
Um, Absolutely not. That's one thing I had to learn as I started weight training and as I started competing. With softball, I mean, I was in pretty good shape. I worked out all the time as far as training for softball, but I would usually eat whatever I wanted. I've never been in the shape that I've been in now, and I've learned that with weight training, the only way to change your physique is with, good nutrition. So I had to learn that along the way, and it's sort of become paired with my weight training now.
You're now working towards acquiring your pro card. What do you feel you need to do to make that a reality?
I really think at this point, because I'm so new as a competitor, it's really just, I think, getting myself out there a little bit more, being seen. I've only competed twice now, just once nationally. So I'm kind of a new face to the judges. It's easier for them probably just to wash right over me, and they, maybe see somebody that they're a little more used to. So I think the more I get out there and let them see me a little bit, I think that that'll help my chances. So I'm going to probably end up doing a show before nationals this year, just to kind of let them see me a little bit more before I head to nationals.
You just mentioned that you're gonna probably be doing a show. What kind of show is that?
I think I'm going to do the Southern States, which is in Louisiana, and it's just 2 weeks before Team Universe in New Jersey, which is nationals.
Okay.
So I'm going to get there, let the judges see me a little bit, and then go to New Jersey 2 weeks later. So,
is there anyone you admire or look up into your pursuit to becoming a pro?
That's kind of a tough question for me. There are women who I respect in the industry and I think are fantastic role models. They set a great example. I try to do my best not to get caught up too much in using somebody else as an example or a goal of maybe what I want to look like or I want to be like. I feel like that might get me off track. I try to just focus on myself and how I can be better the next time rather than kind of aim to be like somebody else. But some of the women who I respect very much and I think are great examples in the industry are Nicole Wilkins and Erin Stern. They're two of my favorites. A lot of girls look up to them, and they're fantastic. I think they set a great example of good, respectable athletes in the sport.
I agree.
Yes.
How important is the support from family and loved ones when it comes to your ability to do what you do?
I think it's very important. Here in Florida, it's just me and my husband. My immediate family lives back in Kansas, and they do support me. But with my husband here, he lives the lifestyle just like I do, so it makes it much easier. When I'm dieting for a show, he does his best not to eat a bunch of bad foods around me, but he helps to motivate me as well. He trains with me often. We work well together. We really push each other. So he's a great motivator for me. I think that it would be difficult if I didn't have him here all the time helping me. So it's fantastic. I think having a good support system is very, very important.
I agree.
Yes.
Going into a show, what kind of adjustment do you make to your daily routine?
Actually, not too much. I weight train almost the exact same. I train 4 days a week in the gym. I don't do really any cardio in the off season. Once I'm getting ready for a show, I'll add in a little bit of cardio, mostly just high intensity stuff. My diet will change slightly just in the sense that I'll pay a little bit more attention to my calories and my macros, where in the off season I don't as much. I kind of just feel out how my body changes in the off season. So that's really the only way that it differs. I think with prepping for a show, a lot of girls have learned, or you will learn, that it's important to do it to where you don't dread doing it. It's something you still enjoy, just like you do in the off season. If it's something that you're really not going to look forward to because you have to change it so drastically from the way you are in the off season, I think it makes it more difficult that way. So I try to structure my off season and my prep season to where they're not so different, to where I don't dread going into it.
I know you've been teaching your clients about metabolic damage. Can you explain what that is and how it can impact athletes?
I actually learned a lot about this from a few coaches that I follow on Facebook. I didn't really know a lot about metabolic damage until I've heard them mention it. I've researched a lot about it since then. And it's, in summary, it's where you overtrain almost. You do, hours of cardio or so much cardio, and you're cutting back your calories, dieting so much to where your metabolism starts to slow down and adjust to the small amount of calories that you're intaking, and just doing larger amounts of cardio. And then it ends up, in the end, you end up gaining weight from it. I don't know all the technical terms for it, but it ends up really ruining a lot of girls, physically and even mentally. It really messes with their head. They're dieting down as much as they possibly can, doing lots of cardio, and they're not seeing any changes because their metabolism has just been damaged so much from dieting and doing so much cardio. So in order to fix that, I just recommend, honestly, finding a really good coach for it. There are a lot of people that specialize in repairing people's metabolisms. But in the end, it's just about cutting out that cardio, not doing so much steady state cardio, and just gradually increasing your calories back to where you can get your metabolism back to a healthy level.
What has been your best life experience this far?
As far as competing, or just in life in general?
In life in general.
In life. Not to sound really cheesy, but probably meeting my husband. Just because I'm such an independent person, I know that I do well in life, and I can do well in things without having somebody else to depend on or to have by my side in life. My husband sort of became my best friend, and we work really well together. We train really well together, and he's such a great support system. And right now, he's a pretty good thing that's happened to me. So that's probably one of the best things that's happened to me. We moved down here to Florida to be by the beach, and we've been training down here together, and life is good right now.
That's great to hear it.
Thank you.
Where can people learn more about you online?
On Facebook, I have a fan page. It is Megan Donnelson, NPC Figure Athlete. I'm currently working on developing my website, so that's not out yet. But I will share more info on my website once I get that out. So as of now, it's just my fan page on Facebook.
Okay, I will make sure to put the link down below this video.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you would like to share with your fans?
One thing that I really that I've learned from my fans as I go. And it's weird for me to even call them fans. I'm so new into this competing. So having people follow me is almost a weird feeling, but it's very cool because, you know, you'll do something that you love and have people follow you and watch you and tell you that you're inspiring to them. It's kind of a new thing for me. I'm not like a lot of these ladies who have had followers for years. So I enjoy having people follow me. It's so awesome to meet people in the industry that are like-minded. It just makes this journey more fun when you have kind of a fitness family that you can fall back on that supports you. So
Thank you so much, Megan, for being on the show. It was an absolute pleasure.
oh, thank you so much. It was fun.
You're most welcome. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and I will see you on the next episode of Real Talk, Real Women.